So this is a Lunar Stellar caravan. I'm just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. The front of the van, you've got your hitch, your handbrake and jockey wheel. This is all something we'll go through in person on site while you're here for your handover. The gas bottle on top, you've got your normal gas valve, which you'd expect to see on a gas bottle. And then you've got your gas pipe work coming up to the bottle. This is actually a reverse thread fitment on here. So you need to turn it the opposite way to release than what you normally would. Gas shut-off valve, if you ever want to isolate the gas completely, that little yellow valve you see in the video. And then in the front here you've got your water pump connection and your grey waste pipes in the front locker also. So with the with water pickup pipe, you take it around to the side of the van underneath this little cover, lift it up, pull back the blue trigger and push it into the side of the van. With the other end, the pump end, you actually drop that into the aqua roll itself, and then you'll be able to fill the water system inside of the van, which I'll demonstrate in a moment to you, or walk you through on video. Also down this side of the van, you've got your vent cover for your heating and hot water. When you're running it on gas, you will need to remove this before you can ignite the system, any of the systems on gas. Get your wind down leg on both sides at the front. Again, this is something we'll show to you when you're here in person. You've then got your battery locker, mains power lead coming in the side of the van, and your motor mover power switch in the back of there. Again, this is something we'll all demonstrate in person here on site. Wheel nuts we'll also talk while you're here. Further back down the side of the van, you've got your grey waste pipes coming out the side of the van, so they'll drop down into your waste master. The grey pipe work for this is in the front locker of the van. Come around to the back of the van, you've got your wind down legs on either side, so you've got your wind down leg on this side, and then as you can see, this one here is in the raised position. We only put one down for the purpose of handover. Toilet cassette is on the door side to the back of the van. The top here, you've got the tank here to fill for the flush system, which takes 3.5 litres of water. Just take the cap off. I said 3.5 litres of water in there and a cap full of the pink fluid. Toilet cassette, you've got a green handle at the bottom that you pull out towards you. You've got your empty neck here for emptying the waste out of the waste cassette. And you've got a green button on the back that you can see just there. There's a pressure relief, so when you're emptying the cassette, it will allow air through the tank so it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. Fridge vents behind the door. We don't advise you cover them straight over the top of them. The little bit of door gap there is absolutely fine. You've then got a 3-pin plug on the side of the van also, so if you want to run power into your awning, you've got the plug there for that. And then you've got your barbecue gas point at the front of the van also. To operate the gas, you'll need to fit the fitment that goes into here, which is like a little brass fitting. And then you open up the gas valve, so it allows the gas through to the pipe work. And again, down the bottom there, you've got your wind down leg for this side of the van. Going on to the inside of the van. On the wall next to the cabinet, you've got your master power switch. So once you've got your power lead connected on the outside, flick the switch on and it will bring up the battery voltage just here. As you can see, 13.5 volts at the moment in the battery. Next to that, you've got your water pump run, and I'll come to this in a moment. To the left of that, you've got your switches for your ultra store, which is your water store on gas, and then your ultra heat on electric. And again, I'll come to these in a second. So to fill the water system on this caravan, you come underneath the seat at the front right hand side of the van. And somewhere down here, you will see a little yellow valve that you can see just here next to the water pressure switch, which is to the right, the white valve that you see. Now, in the position the yellow valve is in at the moment, you can fill the water system. So parallel with the floor is the fill, and when you put it upright, so it's pointing to the bottom of the seats, that is the drain. So that will drain all of the water out of the system on board the van. So like I said, to fill the system, you'll put that valve down into the position it is now. You'll have your aqua roll connected on the outside via your water pump. You'll come over to the taps, each of the taps in the van this is. That's the sink, the shower in the bathroom as well. And you'll open the tap up on the hot side. So as you can see, turn it right around to the hot position and then open the valve right up. That'll be the same in the bathroom with the shower, which the valves are on the wall, and the sink that is currently folded up. So to fill the water system, once you've got your pump connected and the valve in the parallel position with the floor, come back to your master control panel on the wall just here, turn on the water pump, and that will start filling the system from your aqua roll. Once the water system is full, the water will be running continuously out the taps. At the moment I haven't got the aqua roll connected, but once it's full, the water will be running continuously. It's very similar when it's filling up to when the water's been off it in your house, for instance, and it spits and splatters to start with, then it starts running nice and smoothly again. It is that nice and smooth water system that you are looking for before you start warming the water on gas or electric. Now at the front of the van, you'll notice down by the floor there's two black switches. These two just here. So the one on the left hand side, the Ultra Store, is the electric water heater. So if you turn that on, that will start warming the water on electric, and that will warm the water to a temperature of around 35 to 40 degrees. I'm going to leave that off for now because I'm not sure how much water is in the system at the moment. If you wanted to warm the water on gas, you can also do that. So on the far side of the van, next to the control panel, as you can see, this dial here we're looking at with the gas symbol, this is the gas control itself. So the silver section you see here on the outside actually twists, as you can see there, and you can put this little tab that's sticking out the side on the gas symbol. It will self-ignite on gas, and when it does self-ignite, you'll have a green light that appears just here. If you can see that in the video, hopefully you can. In a moment it's going to fail, so there's the red light just appeared. And the reason for that is the gas bottle's actually turned off at the moment. So if the red light appears, it could mean the gas bottle's turned off, out of gas, or you haven't got gas through the system yet. If it is a case, if you haven't got gas through the system, you'd go to the cooker at the back of the van, ignite the hob, grill and oven just to get gas through, because that is the last point on the gas system. Once it is ignited, you can actually control the temperature of the water on this dial just here between 30 and 70 degrees. For instance, now above the green light I've got the 60, so that is warming up to 60 degrees. I've just spun the back dial back round to turn off the gas supply. To the left of that you'll see Ultra Heat. Now that is the electric side of the heating for the caravan. So the heat will actually come out of this little unit down here, unless you put it onto blow now, which I'll walk you through in a moment. Down the side here you'll notice 500, 1000 and 2000 watts. And what that relates to is the amount of power that's coming into the caravan from the caravan site you are on. So for instance, here on site we've got 500 watts of power available. We do have more, but just for the example of the video. You spin the dial around to the 500 just here, and the green light appears behind the number 9. Now to control the temperature of the heater once it's on, you've got this dial just here between 1 and 9, and that is the temperature control for the heating system. The higher you go, the warmer it will be. If you want to turn the heating off on electric, you spin it back round to the 0 position, very much the same as the gas control on the right hand side, and that'll be the electrical system turned off. I should have said sorry before I showed you this, so we're on 500 watts now, the green light didn't actually appear then. Down next to your Ultra Store main power switch down here on the floor, you've got one that says Ultra Heat. You'll actually need to turn that on first. I'd advise leaving that switch on, unlike the Ultra Store. So as you can see now, when I go back up to that dial, the green light is on, and that has started to heat up the heating on board the van. I'm going to turn it off for now. It's about 23 degrees today, so I don't think we need that on. If you want to use blown air, you can do that, but that's for this dial on this side, so this controls the blown air. So the little dot here in the centre actually indicates to me that the heat is going to come out the front of the heater. The wave symbol here is continuous blown air, so at that point the air and heating is coming out these vents around the van. To control the fan speed, you've got this dial on top between 1 and 5, very similar to what you've got in your car. If you wish to put on automatic blown air or ambient blown air, so it cuts in and out with the thermostat, you can do that by putting it on the A on the right hand side. If you want to use the heater on gas, very simple to do. You spin the dial round to between 10 and 9, hold down the gas valve and hit the igniter on the right hand side. When you are igniting anything on gas in the van, like I said, you do need to remove that cover on the outside. Once it has ignited on gas, you'll have a pilot light in this window down below. So right below the switches, you'll have a pilot light through that window. You will need to look through there at about a 45-degree angle, so a similar angle to what I'm holding, or I'm looking at it now. so sort of from above but 45 degrees away from it. And then when it has ignited, you slowly release the gas valve and then control the temperature of the heating on top. To turn it back off, spin it to the 0 position, and that will turn the gas supply off to the heater. The last thing I'm going to go through in this particular van is, we've got the fridge to go through first. The fridge, very simple to use again. You've got an off position here. You've got the option to run on gas, so you can run the fridge on gas also. To get it to ignite on gas, you need to press in the valve on this side. I'm not going to be able to do this all in one go. So you're holding the valve and then hit the igniter at the same time on this side. Once it has ignited on gas, the little red line that you see in this window just here will come round into the green. And when it has ignited, that red line should stay there. And if it does stay there, you're good to go. But while you're trying to ignite it, like I said, you need to hold this valve in. And once it's in the red, and again it's been running 5 to 10 seconds, slowly release the gas valve, and that will have ignited the gas system. To control the temperature on gas or electric, you've got this dial on this side with the thermometer next to it. To put the fridge onto mains power, spin the dial round to the mains symbol here at the top, and that will put the fridge onto mains 240 volts. If you're towing down the road and you want to use the fridge as a cool box, you can spin the dial round to the battery symbol here, and that will work off the 12 volt supply coming from the vehicle at the front of the van. That will not run off the 12 volt battery on board the caravan itself. So now we'll go to the last thing I'm going to show you. And in the bathroom, you've got the toilet itself with a valve just here, which opens up the waste cassette in the centre of the waste hole in the centre of the toilet. And then you've got an electric flush, as you can see, on the right hand side. To allow that waste to go down, I'll just open that flap and the waste will go down inside that toilet cassette. If you have any further questions on the Lunar Stellar, please do give us a call here at the Caravan Company and we'll do all we can to assist you. Thank you very much. Bye bye.